Everybody, before we get into this morning's technical analysis, we need to have an active discussion. We need to understand exactly why we've all come together, and we need to remember the fact that we are here because we love XRP. I see a lot of things in the comments. I see a lot of misconceptions across social media. You are buying XRP today, not so that you can sell it back into fiat tomorrow. I am not buying XRP to put back into a currency that is being depleted, to a greenback where they're single-handedly dollar devaluing. They're de-dollarizing the dollar. So when I'm investing right now, it's not so that I can try to go back into a broken system. I am investing in cryptos, in precious metals, so that I have a form of payment in the future. So when we switch from a paperback system to a digital currency, I want to have alternate forms of payment. So I have precious metals, my gold and silver, as an alternate form of payment, money. I have cryptocurrency for an alternate form of payment, money. They're both borderless. They can both be switched into your native fiats on the spot. Your greenback, your native currency cannot. Your US dollar cannot. So the common misconception of why I am switching from my dollars to not just precious metals over the past several years, actually over the past 7 years, but in the last 3, why have I been so dedicated in trying to find the positioning to get into cryptocurrency as well? Because I believe in the next chapter, you've got to have multiple forms of payment. Not currency, but payment. So if you're trying to get into crypto or precious metals, when we get into the digital era, it's going to be too late. So I'm not mincing words anymore. XRP is more about just the price today. The only importance of the price today is so that you can understand the best opportunity to buy. You're trying to find opportunity. You're not trying to cause a problem. So by watching the technical analysis today, you're going to know what to do tomorrow. You're going to understand when an opportunity comes. You're going to understand in a year like 2021 into 2022 how we went from a bull to bear market and how you have to unload to reacquire at a cheaper price. When you're in an accumulation phase like we are in 2023, it's not the same. We're looking to build up. You're not trying to buy and sell during a accumulation phase just so you can pay 35% tax on each sale inside of a year. That's compounding interest. So I'm doing this for a different reason than just, oh, I'm buying XRP to sell it for fiat. I am not trying to sell it back to fiat. Understand the ramifications of that. That means I'm going to have to own it until 2028, likely, before I can really do anything unless we go to another bull market and I see a bear market on the horizon. So the common misconception is that we're buying it now to sell it back into fiat tomorrow. That is absolutely unequivocally not true. Anybody who's using that line of reasoning is not in XRP for the right reason. It is going to transcend what we see tomorrow. But today, we've got to take the steps to be in a position to use it tomorrow. So that is the importance of today. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. Make sure you hit that like button, as it is the only way to push my content through the algorithm. Make sure you share this content, because I don't do any paid promotions, advertisements, or sponsorships of any kind. I don't charge for anything. Therefore, there is no ad revenue for me, or there is no revenue for me to market. So there's no marketing revenue. So this is on the backs of each and every one of you and myself to push this community in a positive way. We do positivity over negativity. We do not play the victim here. We play the winner. And if you've got something to say to me, don't justify it from a past action. Speak of it from an educated response. So I don't care what you did yesterday. I want to know what you're doing today to help you tomorrow. I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. Good morning, 9:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Sunday, September 3rd, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I did make it a little bit bigger so you can see me a little bit easier in this picture. I made the screen thing a little bit bigger, so did a little bit of A little bit of updating here on this. It might be a little too big, though. I might be a little too big on this chart now, so we'll see how this works out. You can always let me know in the comments. But remember, they got it wrong about XRP. And we're not talking about the price action. We're talking about the everyday up and down where we talk about where we're going to find the best price to sell. We are not, let me rephrase that again. We are not selling XRP to go back into fiat. The whole point of getting ahead of the next system, the next time in history, is so that you can back yourself with the next form of money. Notice I'm not saying currency. Currency is borders. You are restricted on borders. Money is borderless. Cryptocurrency is borderless. Precious metals is borderless. The US dollar has borders. The CAD has borders. The euro has borders. The yuan has borders. The ruble has borders. Do you understand what we're saying here? The pound has borders. That's all currency. The understanding we have as a society is flawed. We honestly think the greenback and paper money is money. It's not. It's a form of control. You must have alternate payments. You're wiping out the middle class. We're running out of time here. I don't have time to mince words. I don't have time to not be a straight shooter. I've in fact done some soul searching to where I can be a little more on the money and on the ball and give my thoughts in a very clear way. So what you've heard this morning is my exact thoughts of why I own XRP, why I build a foundation around the ISO tokens and the Internet of Things tokens, why today's price means nothing to me except for where to buy opportunity. It's tomorrow's actions that matter. Today's price is my opportunity for tomorrow when we switch to a digital era. So we need to get it straight in our heads. We're not buying crypto to sell it back into fiat. If that's your plan, you're doing it wrong. Go buy some stock. So, XRP right now, we're looking at this 50-cent area. This is the psychological area. We had an overzealous run like we talked about yesterday that we could come up. And even if we didn't initially get rejected on the 50 cents, we would come up here and show bearish on the 200-day and the 30-minute, which is exactly what looks like is happening. If we do get back on top of 30 cents, you have a top end potential versus the 524 resistance, and that's a pivot point, which was also the 200-day support in the daily we lost. Then you could come up to 54 cents at max. But the way it looks right now, we very well could have built a Batman top in today's formation. Resistance up here, another top on this Batman top. You could be getting the rejection here on the 4-hour time frame at the 20-day. Otherwise, we need to get back over and hold 50 cents to try to make another leg up. It's a thinly traded weekend. We have a holiday tomorrow still. So the futures is going to be weird until Tuesday. So you don't have a real trading day until Tuesday, which means today, even though it's Sunday, might as well be acting as a Saturday because we don't have a full market on Monday. It's the beauty of crypto. It never dies. Right now, we have a long leg doji in the 4-hourly, which means we're very indecisive at this level. We came up after a little downturn, had a couple candles, but now we're showing a long leg doji. That typically means the pattern's exhausting itself to the top side now. Now, if we can hold 50 cents, that would be a huge play. But anything outside of that, we very well could start to move back down. But as I said, on a thinly traded weekend, if you're going to come up to 54 cents, the opportunity would be now to be able to do it. These are the short-term patterns right here. You have a channel, the uptrending resistance. You've got the swing areas. You've got the pattern formation that we're practically broken now. You come down any farther, you've got, yes, there is a 48-cent area. That doesn't matter to me. I know a lot of people brought it up in the comments yesterday that after my live, I just didn't watch the live because I answered it very clearly. The 48 cents doesn't matter, 48.4 to me, because when you break this structure, I believe we've already formed a rising channel, which would invalidate that shorter movement. So if you're coming through, you're going to hit the rising channel and show support, not the 48 cents. So that would be around the 46 cent area, no, 44.8 area, 446, depending on where you hit. If you break that, you've got the swing low at 435, and then after that, it's firmly down to the 2020 uptrend. There's nothing more, nothing less. We're about to have a death cross in the 4-hourly. That's the 20 coming through the 200. We're very close. And I put this in on the short-term pattern so we could see the possible moments, the movements, and where did it hit exactly in the movement we talked about. And now we've kept this out here to finish out this movement because there's only been 4 days since we topped out. About to be 5. We get the rejection here today, and 507 on the all-time pattern, or 506, is the proper rejection point, which we came up to. If you get rejected here, your next technical target, if you look at the all-time pattern, is 38 cents at 2020. But as we know, we can't get there until we break through some short-term price movements. So in order to get there to the 2020 uptrend, you would first have to come through this 448 area. Yes, I understand the 48 cents. I just don't think there's any way it's going to hold that if we break this structure. But sure, you can put the 48.5 cents or 48 cents if it makes you happy. It's actually like 482. But I think our next area of concern is this rising channel that we started at the end of last year on the support side. And on the resistance side, we started a little bit soon, a couple months before that. So what do I think is going to happen? It looks like to me more than likely we're going to have this death cross in the 4 hourly. We don't have the proper support to continue moving up. If we do gain and garner support with a switch in volume, as I always say, if you get a parabolic spike in volume, it can change everything. So what does that mean? If you see a 10, 15, 20 million candle, a couple million in a 30-minute segment, and then it starts building throughout the day, and you have 3, 4, 5 times the amount of sell volume and buy volume, well, yeah, sure. Then we could start a reversal. But right now, with the looming death cross, this signals if the death cross is successful, this has the first target of 446, but it has an ultimate target of roughly 38 cents on this death cross confirmation. So that is what we're staring down the barrel at. Make sure you give thanks to your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ on this Sunday as we take our faith very seriously, because it helps us unify. I get a lot of negative comments about my faith. That's okay. Make sure you use positivity over negativity. If you are positive and you have love filled in the heart, you see the real. You don't pay attention to the issues that don't matter. You don't pay attention to people. You pay attention to the point. When we're negative, we tend to brag on people and circumstances instead of a solution. So we're unified here. Make sure you hit that like button, as it will greatly help push more people into this community. If you're looking to trade XRP or your favorite crypto, video description below, I've got FEMX for the USA, lower spot maker fees, no VPN or KYC. KYC if you're doing a bank account, but if you're just doing an exchange to exchange, no need. And then if you want to show support, you can always join Tom's Army. But remember, positivity over negativity. We're not here to sell XRP back into fiat. We're using it as a form of money. We need to understand what the truth is before we get manipulated out of the next chapter. It's that simple.